Good morning, Year 6, and welcome to Wednesday's maths video for the 10th of February. Now, we're going to move forward from our triangles this morning, and we're going to look at angles in a quadrilateral. Okay, now you know, I'm sure, that a quadrilateral is a shape with 4 sides. Just like a quad bike has 4 wheels, and some children, when they go to school, they might go and play on the quad. I did when I was at school, and that was an area where there was 4 buildings around the playground, and we used to call it the quad. Anyway, we're going to do a similar activity to last week. And again, you're going to need your ruler that you should have it anyway in maths. You've got your piece of paper, a pencil, scissors, and a protractor if you have one. Okay. Now, you're going to start with the same type of activity, and you're going to draw any 4-sided quadrilateral, 4-sided shape on your paper, okay? And I'd like you to see if you can make it not a rectangle, not a square, so without any equal angles, just like this one that you can see in the video here, okay? Now, I'll let you pause the video there, and then we'll carry on. So, you've got your shape. You might have 2 shapes. Using your protractor, I'd like you to measure all the angles and then add them up. What is your total? Okay. Now, you're going to put your protractor onto your shape, onto your angle, and then you're going to read the protractor line. If you are struggling to read a protractor and use your protractor, have a look on Padlet for the extra video that will show you how to do this. Okay. So once you've added up your totals, have a think, how does that link to what my total was for a triangle? How many triangles could I make out of my quadrilateral? You should be thinking, it's double. So your angles inside your quadrilateral should have equaled 360. Okay. And then, like we did earlier in the week, I'd like you to rip off all the corners as shown in the image. Okay. And you're going to rearrange your angles and see if you can make a full circle. And what I mean by this is angles on a point. So you can see here that the orange angle was from there, the pink was from here, the green was from there, and the yellow was from there. And when they've ripped them up and they've put their angles together, they've been able to make a complete circle, a complete rotation of angles around the point. It's almost like making a pizza, okay? And all the middle pieces coming together. All right. Now, once you've done that, have a look at the questions here. Oh, I haven't put them in. I will put the questions in, and you'll find those on the PowerPoint. But the questions are going to be very similar to the other days, okay? What did you notice when you added up your angles in your quadrilateral? Okay. What was the total of the angles in your quadrilateral? And when it made that circle shape, how does that prove to you that there are 360 degrees in your quadrilateral? Okay. So when you go to the PowerPoint, those questions will be there, and then you can note them down. So you've answered the questions. To calculate your angles in the quadrilateral, you're going to use that really important tip that angles in a quadrilateral equals 360 degrees. Now remember that this is a right angle symbol, so that means 90 degrees. And then this one's 90 degrees. That one is where you know is 63 because they're telling us. So if we subtract 90, 90, and 63 from 360, that will give us A. Easy enough? I'd like you to have a go at B. And then I'd like you to have a go at this one here and this one here. Now, I've put a little tip here. Don't forget what you know about opposite angles, because these are opposite angles. You might be able to use that as well as working it out. Once you've done those, there's a few more for you to do here, okay? And then I'd like to have a look at this one. 2 isosceles triangles are joined to form a kite. Okay, we know that they're isosceles because they've got these lines through. Now, this is a single line and that's a double line. Now, the reason for that is that they are equal to each other, but these two are equal to each other, but they're not the same as the ones above. Okay, if they were single lines, that would mean that all four sides that they've got the marks on would be equal, and they're not. The top two are the same and the bottom two are the same. Okay, and then what we'd like you to do is work out the sizes of the unknown angles. So because it's isosceles, you should be thinking back to yesterday's learning. You can find W and Y. And then once you've found W and Y, you can find X and Z by using 68. And then once you've found those, you can add them together. Okay, have a go at those. Okay, and then the last thing that you're going to do today is a challenge. And it says this quadrilateral is split into two triangles. And that's what I tried to hint to right at the start of this video. Okay, your quadrilateral can make two triangles. And remember, that one is worth 180 degrees. That one's worth 180 degrees. And joined together, it's 360. And that information should help you answer that question there. And then finally, Jack says, all quadrilaterals have at least one right angle. I'm looking at this one and I'm thinking, Jack, doesn't look right to me. Draw two different shapes to prove that Jack is wrong. Measure and mark on the angles. So again, if you're not sure about how to measure and you've got a protractor at home, okay, watch the video on Padlet that shows you how to use a protractor. Okay, so I hope you enjoy today's maths. Off you go.